Hey YouTube, welcome back. This is episode 16 of my Halloween edition reviews. The concert was really awesome, by the way. Got to meet ABK, so that was really awesome. Anyways, I am going to be reviewing a little game. I just beat it yesterday, and that game is Evil Dead, a Fistful of Boomstick. This is actually the third game in the Evil Dead game franchise, but it's the second one to actually be pretty awesome. It works with the State of Emergency engine because it's made by Viz Entertainment. They're no longer in business anymore. But anyways, this game is awesome. Not as good as Evil Dead Regenerations. Some people think it's better. Some people think it's close to Evil Dead Regeneration. In my opinion, they're both great. Anyways, if you don't remember, I happen to have all three games. And I'm going to be reviewing all three games. I just reviewed Hail to the King like a couple reviews back. Anyways, what sets this game apart from the rest, it's got that really campy humor that Army of Darkness had, even though I didn't really like Army of Darkness all that much. It had the feel of the original Evil Dead's, with a little bit extra in there. There's a lot of puzzle solving going on, and in this one, it's more focused on tasking. You get like a to-do list. Like, it can range from a bunch of tasks to like one task, but there's always one main task to accomplish. And there's given a bunch of little mini tasks. Like, in the first level, you start off in Dearborn, and if anybody remembers the movies, that was where Ash lived. He lived in Dearborn, Michigan. I think that's actually a real city. I'm not quite positive. I've never really been to Michigan, so I wouldn't know. Anyways, if you're a big Evil Dead fan, pick this up. I don't have the original cover, of course. I did at one point, but I lost the original case, so I'd have to get it from a friend or something eventually. So anyways, this game, the areas, I give it a big 10 on the areas. The areas are a lot to be explored. You can find little secret items, and it's definitely worth checking out with the areas. The areas are definitely worth exploring because if you don't explore at least once, you're gonna be totally without good power-ups, and it's great to have those power-ups. And you get a spell book as well in this one. I think this is the only Evil Dead game to actually include doing the spells from the Necronomicon. This is also the introduction to a buttload of really great special effects. The special effects, in my opinion, in this game are top-notch. Top-notch indeed. The game covers everything a video game does have to offer. The free roam, definitely gotta have some free roam in there. The overall atmosphere, which we covered. The clouds coming in the sky. Definitely wouldn't be an Evil Dead game without Bruce Campbell. Glad they have the original Ash in there. Now, just so you know, Evil Ash does not make an appearance in this game. Instead of Evil Ash, it's the trademark chainsaw, of course. Instead of Evil Ash, we have the introduction to Ash's new flame, as we'd say. Trish is her name, but Trish is just an... She's not right in the head. Uh, she thinks that Ash is making all this up about, oh, he's an insane, babbling moron. But then again, who would believe without seeing? So what happens? She finds like a tape recorder, like in the first one. She starts the tape recorder that contains the incantations of the unholy Necronomicon Ex Mortis. And what happens? Ash ends up overhearing it over the TV because she's supposed to be a news broadcaster. And Eldridge, who, weird name, other than having a weird name, is supposed to be a psychology professor. Not much psych inside that psychologist's head, man. Anyways, they're playing the incantation tape, and all hell breaks loose if you've never watched the movies. The incantations wake up a big badass slew of demons. The sky rolls in, thunder goes down, portals start to open up, all hell breaks loose, and who's left to pick up the shitty end of the stick? Ash. So, he goes on a wild goose chase to save the world, that hoopla hoopla. And he ends up meeting Trish in the process, or Trisha. It's Trisha, by the way. And Eldridge seems like a nice guy and everything, but he is not smart whatsoever, even for a psychology professor. Because, ooh, I can be rich. Ooh, I can be powerful with the Necronomicon pages. And so what happens, he is essentially the bad guy. But Trisha's a cool character, but there's a twist on what Trisha has to offer, but I won't spoil it. Anyways, the weapons are all upgradable, both the left-hand weapons and the right-hand weapons. My favorite weapon to use, shotgun-wise, or boomstick, that's why it's called a Fistful of Boomstick, is the explosion shrapnel. You can explode your enemies with the shotgun once you get it upgraded. How you get most of your weapons upgraded is you find random boxes of bullets laying around and automatically they upgrade your gun. And also there's definitely some melee weapons, such as a sickle, which I accidentally forgot to pick up. That's why I'm saying, people, pick up those upgrades, because they really do come in handy. Definitely against the fights against the forces of evil. The Deadites, in this one, if you don't remember my review on Hell to the King, which was the first real Evil Dead game, you didn't really get to verse a whole lot of Deadites. In this one, the Deadites are Deadites. They walk around, they move, they eat people in the background, so I thought that was really cool. The humor is back in this game. The triangle button is the same, the one-liners are there. Some pretty funny stuff going on. Funny and just plain hilarious. Anyways, definitely pick this up. It only cost me like, I think about $7.50. Got it down at GameStop. Definitely worth the buy. Check it out. I give it probably a 9.8. That's just my rating. 9.8 out of 10 hatchets. Definitely worth it. The gameplay does fall a little flat though at some points, because there is an arcade mode. That's a downfall. I did not really care a whole lot for the arcade mode, even though it does give you a little bit of that smooth sailing if you don't really want to beat the whole storyline mode. But it's good to beat it, because otherwise you're stuck with only a couple of arcade fun things to do. But anyways, the arcade levels, what makes the arcade levels suck. It's just too hard on some of the stages, like stage 5. Like stage 5, I know it's supposed to be hard, but some of the stage 5s are just impossible to get through. And even some of the stage 1s are pretty difficult. So I didn't think that made sense. But other than that downfall, the game works great. It's got the state of emergency engine going on. For those of you who haven't played that game, that's a really fun game. It's more of a get in, get out type of game. Shoot 'em up, just go out there, save the world. But this is Evil Dead Fistful of Boomstick, or a Fistful of Boomstick. It also features a making of G4 video on it, interviews with the cast of the game, the makers, everything else. Definitely also, if you're an Evil Dead fan, you'd be crazy not to pick up this game. And I heard there's also Evil Dead remake in the mix. If anybody's interested, it's supposed to be centered around the first 2 movies, so hopefully they stick with that plotline. Anyways, the post-humor's there. The game doesn't really take a whole lot of time to beat. You can beat it within a couple days. Anyways, take your time with this because it's definitely fun. I give it a 9.8 out of 10. But it falls flat at some points, but try to look to the positives because this game is really fun. It definitely add it to the collection. Ash, played again by Bruce Campbell, where the first 3 movies ended is where the games pick up. So, if you're into continuations of storylines, pick it up. Tell me what you thought of the game. I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have about it, or facts. Frequently asked questions. Anyways, if you're having trouble, go to IGN. They have a great walkthrough system for it. Pick the PlayStation 2 version of the walkthrough because that's the only walkthrough they have for some reason. I think it's the Xbox or PlayStation 2 walkthrough. One of the two you'd have to check. Anyways, that is my review on the awesomely fun video game known as Evil Dead, A Fistful of Boomstick. I'll show you the disc one more time. There's the disc. The cover is actually pretty cool. As you can see, they're using the same title artwork from Hail to the King, which is actually right under me, actually. Sorry about that. There's the back of the Evil Dead Hail to the King, if you don't remember my review over that. Anyways, I'm saying peace, love. Hope you all enjoy my videos. I'll be back with another review tomorrow. I am Psychopathic One saying peace. And keep it horror, keep it creepy, keep it Halloween. And I'll be back with another review tomorrow. 9.8 out of 10, as it stands. Peace.